thank you for the opportunity to participate in this event. I would take a few minutes to tell you about the applied AI related activity that has been happening at IIIT Hyderabad and some of it that we are planning. We have been partnering with Intel and getting some of this done, and we are looking forward to more of it. So a little bit about IIIT itself. I want to change the slides. Please. Can you get the control of the slides, please? Okay. So I'm going off the. Please put it in slideshow mode. Okay. So I'll briefly talk about IIIT Hyderabad, not much. This is a unique institution started in 1998 by the state government, but it's not a state government institution in the strict sense of the word. It was just catalyzed by it. It has a governing council of eminent people and who does take all the decision on behalf of the institute. It was initiated as a research-led institution in IT areas, but also not only the core IT, but also IT application areas. There are unique features such as allowing or encouraging the undergraduates to take part in the research. There is many curricular innovation required for that. There were many institutional innovation to keep research at the focus, such as not having departments. We are divided into research group rather than department. And multidisciplinary focus was from the beginning because problem solving has been at the heart of the institute itself. And we have built strong groups in multiple areas of IT, such as hardware, software, robotics, also intelligent buildings, earthquake engineering and computing, and computational human sciences, and so on. Next, please. Okay, so I would talk about the computing has changed the world quite a bit. There are three things that computing was focusing on, or three concerns. One is getting things done faster, better, the efficiency aspect. Then there is guarantee to make sure things they do are done well. Okay, once these two are fairly mature, we started on this quest of intelligence. What are we doing? Stepping back a little bit and saying, how are we doing things? Can we do it better automatically? This is broadly called AI or learning from data science, etc. This is a very transformational change in the use of computers, and this has been the AI revolution for the last 2 decades at least, or at least 1 decade. And this was facilitated by the huge compute power available, algorithms available, and internet and sensors and data available. It has enabled us to play chess and play Go better than the world champions, but it's also able to give us better resource utilization, better value for the farmers, or better value for the commuters, and so on. Next. So this is the, go one more, next. Yeah. So towards this, IIIT is a very strong player in AI area. We have a Kohli Center on Intelligent System, which was endowed by the TCS Foundation back in 2015 to honor their first CEO, Dr. F.C. Kohli. We are already strong in AI. This KCIS enables us to coordinate and accelerate the activities in broad AI areas, and this has happened over the last many years. The AI, as you see on the top right, there are multiple area-specific research centers such as robotics or computer vision or language technology, who are all part of this, the KCIS umbrella. And on the bottom left, you see the KCIS being one of the strongest AI teams in the country, with about 30 faculty members, 80 PhD students, and many more students who are doing other kinds of theses. And in terms of ranking also, there is a data-driven ranking called csranking.org that lists us, IIIT Hyderabad, as #1 in the areas of AI and robotics in the country. But we are 100 in the world, which is where we we see our future prospect. Next. So why are we doing applied research? The research, academics do academic research which tries to push the boundaries of possibility. Please click once more. Next slide. Yeah, the bigger opportunity. So the what you see in the inside circle, you have the computing, you have areas like robotics or signal processing or big data and so on. Click once more, please. So the academics focus on the inside of the circle, but the big opportunities lie outside the circle. There are areas like socially relevant areas like healthcare, sustainability, education, strategic sector, entertainment, etc., agriculture, and so on. This is where the research can touch the common man. This is where governments are interested in. This is where we want to make a big mark, and there's a huge opportunity in India, which is what we want to leverage. Now, I am going to go through a few of the examples that we have been able to do, a few of the activities which have such impact, if not very huge societal level impact, but potential for societal level impact, to give you a flavor. Next, please. So first is the Indian Brain Atlas, or called IBA 100. A brain atlas is a tool to derive normative information about the structure of the Indian human brain. When Indian population, people like us, have some, God forbid, some brain issues, our MRI scans are taken, and it's compared against so-called normative or standard scans to know if you are in normal, abnormal, any issues, etc. And this comparison today is done with brain scanned in Canada, the Caucasian population, not the Indian population. And as you can understand, this is not acceptable. And there was no Indian brain atlas so far. There was a Chinese one, there was a there's a Korean one. So one of my colleagues got 100 healthy young adults between age 20 and 30, 50 men, 50 women, and collected the data painfully and registered them with the help of experts from neurological experts, and has created this brain atlas, which will be the standard for diagnosing the Indian population for neurological issues. Next, please. The other one, this is Nivriti already talked about, the India driving data set. This was done with funding and collaboration with Intel. This year, about 10,000 images of the driving in unstructured environment, like the Indian environment, has been put out for the world people, the startups or researchers to use. And we ran workshops called Auto NUI workshops in the top conference like ICCV, and this is making big news. Next, please. Click once more. Yeah, we have been working on a tool to VR-based tool to or facility to train MBBS doctors, their MBBS students on neuroanatomy. I'm told there is a big shortage of cadavers based on which training happens to medical students. So can we, the biggest of the doctors approached us and said, can we build a VR-based tool? This is just like, the 3D movies that you go to. The requirement is a 100% classroom, not a 5% meeting room, 100% classroom. The teacher should have the necessary tools and the virtual brain. You can slice it, you can cut it, you can annotate it, you can instruct it, and have a good tool for software tool for the teachers to use, so that it's all a seamless experience. So this is done in collaboration with the Sri Chitra Institute for Medical Sciences in Trivandrum, and the piloting is being done at the Trivandrum Medical College, which is next to that institute. Next, please. One of the other projects we are doing is building virtual laboratories for engineering colleges. About 30 labs we built, and this is a collaborative effort with multiple institutions. There are about 60 or 70 virtual labs available in different subjects. The virtual labs had about 11 million hits in this year. No doubt, because of the pandemic year, the virtual education has become more important. The Prime Minister in the inaugural speech at RAISE mentioned this virtual lab. That's why I put it here. We have a very strong role to play in it. Next, please. We are also been very strong in building Indian language tools. The Bahu Bhashak project has just started, which aims to do speech-to-speech translation from English to Indian languages and among Indian languages. That I speak on the phone in my language, and you hear on your phone in your language, all this happening live. That's the goal of the project. To start with, the initial objective is to apply this in a man-in-the-loop mode for educational videos which are available out there, so that rural persons in Orissa or Bengal or Kerala have access to the best lectures given by professors in MIT or anywhere whose accent they may have difficulty in understanding. Next, please. And there are several more we have been working on, including a technology innovation hub on data-driven technologies that has been awarded to us by DST. That will be doing many data-related things. We have been conducting under the Rakshak project of DST a longitudinal study on 500 COVID patients in collaboration with Gandhi Hospital. We have been working on, and there's an autonomous driving effort with an instrumented car on campus. Our team works with energy efficiency, green buildings, and some of their efforts is going into the building codes of Telangana has been a pioneer adapter, and so on. The last one, the picture there is a living lab project in collaboration with European Union and MIT, which aims to create experimental facility for testing and scaling smart city solution. This is coming up right on our campus. Next, please. So coming to the applied AI initiative, I like to call it an initiative because we have many research centers. This initiative, we want to scale what all that we have been doing in collaboration with other experts. Early this year or late last year, Intel, Telangana government and the Public Health Foundation of India came together. We signed an MOU to start an initiative on applied AI research, focusing on healthcare, focusing on public health and transportation as the initial areas. And this requires teaming up with the likes of PHFI or the NGOs or the government agencies so that the fruits of these results are taken directly to the society. So this is being inaugurated today. The name given to that is INAI, to indicate integrating AI, integrating with several domain areas. And we really appreciate the partnership of Intel who is facilitating this. And we are looking forward to working with PHFI. We have started several negotiations and talking to identify the problems and so on. And we are thankful to the government of Telangana for extending the biggest, strongest support to it as also part of the year of AI that Telangana is celebrating this year. Next, please. So I now invite the inauguration of this, Shri K.T. Ramarao Garu, the Minister of IT and MAUD of Telangana, who's been a big supporter of IIIT Hyderabad and big driver of AI and other initiatives within the state, was to do it, but last minute he had something more important to go to. So we have Shri Jayesh Ranjan Garu, who is the Principal Secretary of both IT and Industry. He is the deputy who makes things happen for the minister. So what we will do now is to have a virtual inauguration as we planned with the minister. And I invite Jayesh Ranjan Garu and Nivruti Rai to be on the stage, and let's have the inauguration. I thank Sri KTR Garu for participating at least remotely in this. We are very eagerly looking forward to the things that come out of this this effort. And I end my words here and I invite Sri Jayesh Ranjan Garu to give his words on this occasion. Sri Jayesh Ranjan.